welcome back to my channel. I thought today would be a good day to do the Booktube Newbie Tag. I was watching one of my favorite booktubers, Nakia, with Nakia's Hideaway, and she always tags everybody in her videos. So that means me. And that's what we're gonna do today. I just have, let's see here, 10 questions to get through, and let's get into it. Dude, like, you see me trying to film. There's a squirrel. My dogs are freaking out. What would one of my videos be without dog shenanigans? Judge. The first question says, why did you start this channel? That's a good question. I have been an avid reader and book lover my whole life, and I've in recent years been watching BookTube and trying to start my own Bookstagram, and my husband finally just said, why don't you just start your own channel? You always sit around here and talk about books and review books and read books. Why don't you put your stuff out there? I bet people would love it. And I've been a bit of a chicken up until now about starting it because I thought, well, you know, what if my videos aren't very good? What if this? What if that? But that's all just excuses. And any YouTuber will probably tell you if you want to start a channel, the key is to start. So here I am, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm having a blast doing it, and I think that's what counts. So that's kind of why I started this channel, and yeah. Next question. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Considering how many fantastic booktubers are already out there, that's an intimidating question, but I guess I'll say my book tastes are all over the map. I read all types of genres. I'm not picky about publication date. I don't just read what's trending on Book Talk or BookTube or Bookstagram. I will read anything. One of my favorite authors is obviously Stephen King, and he's been writing books since the 70s, I think. So it doesn't have to just be up and coming and trending. I'll read anything, and I'll pretty much give any genre a shot. I'm not the biggest fan of romance, but I won't knock it till I try it. So yeah, that's as far as book content, that's kind of what you can expect. As far as just general uniqueness, my day job is as an attorney. So I have that background and that perspective that might be injected into my channel in some way. I do have some legal thrillers that might make an appearance in some videos. I do enjoy those. And that is just a little snippet of what makes me unique as a booktuber. Next question. Question 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm just having a blast. Y'all, it is so fun to have an outlet where I can be creative and talk about the books that interest me and talk about what I'm reading. And there's this massive community that cares. They actually want to hear about all of this. I'm not just geeking out all by myself. I have all these BookTube book community friends that I can do that with. And that's pretty exciting. Next question. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? It's an escape route. If you're a reader, you understand that a book can take you to another place, and that's why you read. Everyday life can get a little mundane, a little routine, and sometimes you just want to transport yourself to another world and go on some crazy adventure. And I don't know about y'all, but when I'm reading, eventually I stop seeing black and white words on a page, and eventually there's just this movie playing in my head, and it's awesome. And there's so many books out there. Like, the number of books out there far outnumbers the number of movies out there, and they don't cost a lot, and you can read them over and over. And I'm geeking out. But that's why I love reading, and I'm sure all my fellow readers can geek out with me on that one. Next question. Question 5. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Ooh, that's a good one. I guess I would ask questions mainly about kind of how YouTube itself works, because I can talk about books all day long. That's not the hard part. The hard part is understanding this algorithm and what days are good to post on and why, and what time do you post on, and how do you figure all that out? And do you even bother about worrying about all that? Or do you just post videos when you want to? Do you just have fun with it? How much do you worry about that sort of content creation type of thing? I guess I would want to know those questions. And maybe I'd want to know, is there a point when you kind of get stagnant and you run out of ideas? Or is BookTube just never ending? As long as there's books, there's content. I don't know. I guess I have a lot of questions, but I'm sure it's stuff that I'll figure out along the way. Question 6. What book got you into reading? I have no idea. I've been reading a long time. I've been reading since I was maybe 2 or 3. My doctor said I had what's called hyperlaxia, basically reading at a kind of abnormally young age. So I don't remember what I was reading when I was 3. I just know I've been reading for a long time. Some of the earliest books that I can actually remember reading were those little golden books, is what they were called, and they all had gold spines. Do y'all remember those? My 90s children, my millennials, do y'all remember those? I think that's one of the first books I remember reading, but my mom also used to read to me in the womb. So who knows what she was reading? I've just been reading forever. Maybe I'll do a video on some of my favorite childhood books that I remember. I actually just got some books from my parents' garage that had been in boxes forever, so I'm excited to go through those. Question 7. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think with any channel, BookTube or otherwise, getting followers and subscribers is a challenge. Because when you start off, nobody knows who you are, nobody knows what you're about, and so it's kind of hard to get a following. But I think as long as I enjoy it, my enthusiasm for my videos will come through and resonate with people, and the subscribers will come when they come. So not really worried about that challenge, but it's probably the biggest one for any YouTuber, I would imagine. Question 8. When did you start reading? I guess I kind of already answered this in question 6, but I think I was about 2 or 3. I had to ask my mom because I don't remember being 2 or 3, but that's what my mom tells me. I was reading pretty early. She said she remembers picking me up from pre-K one day and I was reading to the rest of my class while my teacher got some other work done. I remember teachers putting me to work a lot. They would make me read to the class, help out with AR reading tests. Do you 90s children remember those? Maybe they still do those. I don't know. So yeah, I've been reading long time. Like I said, I think my doctor called it either hyperlaxia or hyperlexia. I'd have to Google the pronunciation. Basically just an abnormally early reading start. So been reading forever. And my mom read to me as a baby before I could even comprehend it. So books have been a part of my life for a long time. Question 9, where do you read? Usually at home. That's kind of my little nest where I like to read the most. Sometimes I'll read at work during my lunch break. I usually take my lunch and read during my lunch break. I have a hard time reading in the car. I don't know why. I get kind of car sick if I'm not looking out the window, so I have a hard time reading while the car is moving. Do y'all get that? Let me know. Let me know if that's just me. I'll read on a plane, pretty much anywhere. I take a book everywhere I go. I have one of those really cool book sleeves. I think it was from Happy Go Lovely Sleeves. Go check out her Instagram account if you haven't. She has these awesome book sleeves that she makes, and I carry one of those around, and there's always a book in it. So I guess the short answer is I read anywhere. Last question, question 10. What kind of books do you like to read? Anything really, but I guess my favorites would have to be horror, thriller, fast-paced, whodunit. Those are kind of my favorites. I love Stephen King. I really love Riley Sager as kind of a newer author that I'm into. When I was a kid, I used to read, do you remember the author Mary Downing Hahn? I remember her books just, oh my, I just thought they were the coolest thing ever. I remember the book Wait Till Helen Comes. I thought that was just the scariest book ever. I'd love to go back and read it now as an adult and see if it's as scary as I thought it was, or if that was just my adolescent brain freaking out over nothing. I also loved, as a kid, did you all remember Scary Stories You Tell in the Dark? Do y'all remember that book? I need to go see if I have it. I need to go through that box of books. That definitely needs to be a video. Let me know below if y'all would enjoy a video like that where I go through some of my childhood, teenage books. Yes, I'm going to do the same as Nakia, and if you want to do this tag, consider yourself tagged. That is all the questions for the Booktube Newbie Tag. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I certainly did, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye y'all.